Sometimes I feel the weight is lifted and everything's gonna be fine. And sometimes I feel there's no escaping and everything is not alright. I'll find a way. Don't bring me down. Someday soon we'll turn it around. Sometimes it's gonna be a struggle. I gotta stand back, let it ride. Sometimes it's all for you. And sometimes I feel the pain inside. I find a way. Don't bring me down. Someday soon we'll turn it around. I keep reaching for the sky. It's never too late. It's never too high. I keep reaching for the stars, 'cause sometimes it's never too
Episode 81, STL Roar, MyCityMyMusic.com. We've got Eric, John, Barry, and Mr. Daniel Walter in the house. Woo, 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 woo. This audience is so easy. We don't have to feed them. We don't have to house them. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to pay them. They just live for musicians to come in and play.
No snacks.
Stop Facebooking me. Get off your phone. So, it's been a minute. What's going on, Eric? You got a new band, a new...
Yeah, I just, he had his thing, I had mine, and then we met, and it's like, he's a better singer than I am. You know,
Really?
it's just, it's just, different. It works. It's just, it turns out we actually live like, what?
17 blocks.
17 blocks from each other, so I was like, yeah.
You live on 1st Street, I live off 17th.
Yeah,
That's
so
killer.
It works. So,
That's
and then,
awesome.
Yeah.
And your new band is called September Lost.
Yeah.
Very cool. I
Doing
like
it,
that. How'd you guys come up with that? Because I really like that title.
Trial and error,
Trial and
a little back and forth,
It was a month,
a little bit of secret backstory.
For me. But yeah, it was good.
We want to hear the secret now.
Don't look at me.
Oh, go ahead.
But I just,
Go ahead, Mr. Shyness. Go ahead. Now you got to tell it.
I don't know.
I don't know. You don't have to name names.
It may have to do with past relationships or something along those lines.
Something like that.
Oh, I see. Really?
But it's funny. We got together, and I think the third time together, we had 2 songs. It was like, oh, let's go out and play them. And we went out that night and played them.
Open mic at 7 in Belleville. Yeah.
That's a cool venue. They got really good food.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
They do.
It's amazing.
They do.
It's awesome. Brad Noe used to play there a lot.
Yes.
I love
Actually,
that guy.
We've bumped into him at H's playing there a couple times.
He's a sweetheart, isn't
Which one?
he?
Who?
Brad Noe.
Brad No?
That's the one I didn't meet.
Yeah,
bigger guy.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and they Belleville's got a couple bars down there doing nothing but live music now. Like Copper Fire, I think is nothing but live.
Right.
I think Spaces, Ronnie's trying to do something live too, and 7, of course, they always have somebody outside or somewhere. So hopefully it picks up. So
Well, it should. I mean, this can't go on forever.
they-
People are going to get tired of it. Just go do what they want.
Yeah. It's,
Because we all live to tell the tale.
this is true. It laid him out for a while. He had a bad COVID thing.
It was a rough few months. But
3 months?
I had a fever for 6 weeks. I had
Bless your heart. Oh, my God.
swelling in my legs. A bunch of stuff. You name it. Body aches, shortness of breath, brain fog. That lasted a few months afterwards. Yeah, it was rough, but
Non-alcohol related.
I had it in February, and then I had it again, but it was a milder case the second time. But still, I still don't have all my sense of smell and taste. It's
really?
still like, it's hit and miss sometimes.
God,
It's crazy.
That would suck.
I was cooking food, and my roommate was like, "You're over seasoning everything right now."
I know.
It tastes
You
fine to
can't-
me.
I know, exactly. It's like, usually when I don't do a lot of hot and spicy stuff, but I mean,
That's me.
my eyes are watering. It's like, I still can't taste it. What happened to it?
Yeah, man. It sucked me. That would suck.
Yeah.
So are you guys doing originals? Are you doing covers?
originals.
Mixture?
All
What?
originals, pretty much. Oh, we can do a
All
couple
originals. We
covers,
have a
but
couple covers just for the sake of,
Pull the crazy stuff
you
out.
know.
I would expect to hear on acoustic guitar, I guess.
But that's okay. Yeah, just as long as you don't just play the songs. Like if you're playing in front of a crowd that wants all covers, you just put your originals in there. Don't announce it's an original because they're gonna be like, why do people do that?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
We had, I guess the second night we played, we had a couple people come up and like, hey, who sings that song you guys just did?
We do.
We
Us.
did.
No, but who wrote it?
Yeah,
We did.
we did.
So
It
it's
always
kinda-
works out better. Don't prepare them for an original. Just go right into it. That to
Yeah,
me
it's
that
kinda
just
cool.
works out better. So you got any shows booked, or are you just doing acoustic stuff?
Right now, we just, we've got me and him and a drummer.
Who's your drummer?
Brew.
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 No brew.
He just goes, but I don't even, this is his first name actually. I've never called him anything but Brew.
I've never called him anything but brew. My phone, to be honest.
Brew, you out there?
He's
Todd, I'm pretty sure.
funny.
But yeah.
He's good, but he's funny as hell.
Christopher Walken impressions.
Yeah, just everybody
All
impression.
day.
All the
Yeah,
Simpsons.
that too.
So you never know what you're gonna get.
That's awesome.
He's good. We try.
He just fit right in too. I mean,
We auditioned
just
bass
kinda
player
flowed in.
last night. went good, but he's got his other projects, so now that's
He's doing some country folk stuff that he wants to
Yeah,
do.
so now
He's
that's-
classically trained. He's excellent. He jumped right in too. Did a great
so
job.
Now
but
that's gonna happen. But
we're not sure if he
so we're
wants to
still
do it or not.
open for a
We'll
bass
see.
player and a lead guitar player. We need. So
Really?
yeah. Doing
Well,
that.
if we need a lead guitar player, we could use one.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But we're going back in the studio October 14th. We leave for Detroit, Saline, going up with Andy again.
Andy from Sponge.
yes,
He's like, dude, I want to play lead on that. Oh, let me see, twist my arm. Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that, and once we get everyone situated and locked in, we're good to go. So
So you are still looking for a
lead guitar player and a bass player right now.
cool. Awesome.
If anybody's out there, hit us up.
Or just hit you.
Yeah.
do it for you.
So you gonna do a song for us?
Sure.
Okay.
It's just called "Let Me Down."
All right, cool. How can I explain things that used to be? Well, I might be wrong, I guess we'll wait and see. I'm the last to know that it was all a show. Now I'm finding out, I guess it's time to go. Everything comes down till you're back around. Just like our last kiss, now there's no more to this. Thought I finally found, instead you turned around. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down. What comes up again? Found and lost a friend. Thought every day for you to walk away. Wasn't long ago, but just make sure you know, so we can both be real. You don't care how this feels. Everything comes down till you're back around. Just like our last kiss, now there's no more to this. Thought I finally found, instead you turned around. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down. Always seem to let me down. Switch them out so fast, they never really last. Fix your broken heart, many have played that part. You know I have to say, it's just a role you play. Looking lost, I feel none of your love was real. Everything comes down till you're back around. Just like our last kiss, now there's no more to this. Thought I finally found, instead you turned around. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down. Same as yet, you always seem to let me down.
Woo! That was awesome. That was awesome. Very good. I thought of a bass player for you. We'll talk about it afterwards. I think you're gonna like him.
Okay.
Because he only wants to play original music.
Cool.
He knows a lot of covers, but he doesn't like to play covers.
Thank you.
Kind of where I'm at.
So, and he's young, and he's versatile, and yeah, he's really good.
Cool.
He was in a band, but they kind of broke up. Creative differences, let's put it that way.
Never heard that one before.
That's all I can say. Otherwise, there's a backstory behind that too. So, you got another one?
Yeah, original. I guess.
Which one would you thinking?
Is there a story behind the next one? Is there a story behind your song?
There's a story behind all of them.
That's good.
This
Some of
one
them are so new I don't know
kind of
all the lyrics from memory, but
between Ross and actually a guy in Sweden. He and I were working on it, and then it's kind of passed to me, and then me and him doing it. So it's original. We like it. It's called Photograph.
It's another lonely night. I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright. And another day is gone. Always lonely, not alone. I will keep myself afloat. Nothing's wrong, just stay strong. Keep the feelings in my head, show them smiles, feed them lies. Like a tattered photograph of the memories we have, of the moments that are gone, of the ones we thought were strong. Like a broken photograph where our memories turn ash. And this time I'm on my own. Yeah, this time I'm on my own. Broken fragments of the past. One more night, not alright. Like a cancer of the soul, killed the inside, outside's whole. Keep it bottled up inside. Don't stop trying, always smiling. And you know I'm missing you, but I'm not crying. No, I'm not crying. Like a tattered photograph of the memories we have, of the moments that are gone, of the ones we thought were strong. Like a broken photograph where our memories turn ash. And this time I'm on my own. Yeah, this time I'm on my own. Yeah, this time I'm on my own. Day by day time passes by, pictures lost among the tide. I won't let those moments fade away. It's another lonely night. I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright. And another day is gone. Always lonely, but not alone. I will keep myself afloat. Nothing's wrong, just stay strong. With a tattered photograph and the memories we had, all the moments that went wrong, all the ones we thought were strong. In this broken photograph where our memories turn ash. And this time I'm on my own. It's strength to carry on. Give me strength to carry on. Give me strength to carry on. give me strength to carry on.
Wow, that was amazing. Dude, what are you doing karaoke for? Good Lord. For fun. And you don't have a band?
I mean, I do now.
How old are you? How young are you?
How old am I?
How young are you?
How young am I?
Yes.
34.
Oh my God, such a baby. Only because I have kids older than you, I can say that.
Fair enough.
That is awesome. So, what's your background as far as have you always sang? You've always liked to play music?
Since I was about 10, probably, seriously,
Really?
yeah. And, I mean, I've been in bands since high school, mostly garage, basement, cover band stuff, but
Do you play?
I played bass pretty well back in high school, but it's been 20 years since then. And
You should pick up the bass because you guys need a bass player.
I tried. We don't have time.
I know quite a few singing bass
The
players.
train's moving too fast at this point. I'd have to. It would slow down way too much, I think. So
So do you come from a musical family? Are you a legacy? What is your actual background? I mean, do your family support you in
of
your
course
endeavors?
they
That's
do,
great.
but
That's
not. I mean, my dad went to college for radio DJing and whatnot.
Oh.
So I mean,
He's been
So
out-
there's
he's been out-
music in
he's
your
been out to
background.
see us.
great. That's cool.
well, came on a couple weeks back, yeah. But otherwise, no real music background there. But yeah.
Just listening to it is enough. I mean, as somebody who has the appreciation for music, yeah. I mean, there are some households that don't,
Yeah.
don't even do it and don't support the kids that
They
are
put
growing
up with
in
my
it.
music being super loud in my room for years, so
Right.
there's that at least.
Yeah, my favorite story was when I got my first stereo back in the day before you were thought of. Stereos came in these huge boxes. They had this thing called for an 8-track. It was a big thing. Anyway. And but the best sound always, I mean, since I was a little kid, always on vinyl. Albums just always have the best sound. But so instead of having to listen to my loud music, my dad decided to get me headphones. So then he had to listen to my loud singing, which probably wasn't all that great, But when you're singing along in headphones and it's so loud, you are right there on the stage with that band.
True.
So, well, that's great. And who are your influences as far as, I mean, when the first time you heard music, you said, "Oh, I want to do this."
Barney.
Who was your
all
first?
over the place. I mean, from
Was it
metal
all-
to classical to whatever.
Kinda
But
like
I mean, I
mine.
started off singing. I think when I was 10, it was
Barney.
I think Stevie Wonder.
Oh God,
Really?
is he a
stuff like
Barney?
that,
Are you a
way
Barney
back then.
kid?
No.
You
No,
are a
my
Barney
si-
kid,
my younger
aren't you?
siblings are.
Yes,
My
you
younger
are.
siblings, yeah. But
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's awesome.
yeah.
A Barney kid, yeah, because I had a Barney kid, then I had a Blues Clues kid. So yeah,
I do too.
Mhm.
it was just that's awesome. You do like Barney, don't you?
I mean, you
John
can't
Mapp.
hate somebody who loves you that much, right?
Exactly. Even though I've seen some mean things done to those purple dinosaurs, they've decapitated them, they've hung them from the ceiling. I mean, yeah.
I'm not sure if I let him within 500 feet of a school, but this is me.
That's true. It's a little weird around kids, but
So are you local? Did you grow up here?
I'm from Wisconsin actually originally. I ended up here after the army.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was your platoon that's on your page.
Oh yeah. The old cover photo.
How long were you in?
From 06 to 12.
My son was in for 6 years, 8 months,
Okay.
and he was a helicopter mechanic.
Smart.
And I don't. He's not doing that now. He went in. He wanted to be a pilot or an engineer, but he got into the mechanic side of it. And he really liked it. So he's been all over. He was deployed like 3 times. How many times were you deployed? 4. God,
Twice
man.
Iraq, twice Afghanistan.
Scary. What was your profession in
I
there?
was infantry.
Really?
Ranger.
Really? Sharpshooter?
Expert,
Really? Good for
actually.
you.
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you do now? You don't have to say where you work. Do you work? Do you have a job?
This mostly.
This
Yes.
is the job.
That's good.
Otherwise, I mean, I guess technically I'm in school to be an electrician, but yeah,
Right.
GI Bill and all that. So
Good for you. Good for you. Use it because you will make some money for sure. And when I dabbled in electricity for a while, and then I was told when I was in journeyman, they're like, well, you only have one shot with electricity, So.
you don't want to try your second chance.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of my 9 lives I've already burned, but I'm not trying to do any more.
Right.
Anytime soon. Yeah.
What's that line in that movie? 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of saying.
So you, Mr. Eric, with your
ma'am.
sponge issues, what's going on there? I mean, why do you keep flying in and out? Why are you not just there full time doing with them? Is it just
Doesn't
their
wanna live in-
schedule? your
doesn't wanna live in
schedule?
California.
I just go to record basically. I like
Or Detroit.
doing it there with the Detroit Music Mafia. Yeah, they it's just working with Andy is like it's just easy.
Right.
You know, he gets. I sent him the music. We just got some stuff back from him today on what we're gonna be doing up there. Because actually, those two you just heard are two we're doing up there
Yes.
with him, and he just. I don't even have to worry about it. It just goes quick. It's not
Right.
doesn't take a long process. And then I think we're going to a studio in St. Louis here sometime after that. We've got New York City coming up on the 7th, and then we get back 2 days later, go to Detroit. And then I think next week, or 2 weeks after that, St. Louis. Right?
Something like that. Yeah, rerun there.
And hopefully we'll have 4 or 5 down by the time we get done.
That's cool. So you're mainly just
Recorded.
doing studio work and with all these other bands. and-
No, they're basically when it was just me, they were my backup musicians. You know, it's kind of I needed help, and Andy plays lead, and he's a great producer, engineer. And then now I got him. We got a band, so the drummer's actually going with us this time up to Detroit. Jason Hartless will still play on one, and then Brew's gonna play on the other. And then after that, Brew will be a full-time drummer. And then that's pretty much that.
Where'd you find your drummer?
He was with me in a band prior.
Cool.
And, we said, hey, you want to come out? He came out.
I said, hey, you want to do cover music or you want to come check this out? Because I think you want to come check this out.
And he did. And
You
he
really
stayed.
need to come see this and listen. So he was sold pretty much
Yeah, he's
right away.
He's
The
funny.
man with one name. The drummer with one name.
Yeah, pretty much. He's hilarious. Though. God, man.
Well, where is he? Why is Mr. Hilarious not here?
He
today?
had tonight was Walmart shopping night.
Oh,
With the
great.
wife. He's,
Wife and kids and work.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
the fam, huh?
Yeah. So he's got a pool hall opening too.
He
in,
does.
Waterloo, Columbia.
Yes, I
something,
think so.
Dupont,
Columbia Dupo.
somewhere.
Well, you know what? They're all kind of little spaced apart. So pick a city. Which one is it?
I don't know. I don't pay
It's not in
attention.
Belleville. It's not in St. Louis.
I
know
want to say
that.
Waterloo.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Waterloo.
He's from
Waterloo. Dupont.
Valmeyer.
Valmeyer.
Yeah.
What the hell that is?
Yeah. Well, somewhere south of Belleville. About 30 minutes.
Is that in
as
Illinois?
we're waiting, at practice for him to show up sometimes.
Illinois.
Thriving metropolis. It sounds
I
like.
don't know. It's strange. Ran into an armadillo last night on the street, so you never know.
In Illinois.
So run him
Yeah,
over.
downtown Belleville. I walked the dog.
What?
I looked at seriously at an armadillo. We looked at
Those
it.
things are
An
nasty.
armadillo?
Turned
They're
around,
all over
turned
Texas.
around, walked back to the house. There's a skunk, a raccoon. It's like I'm walking in a wild kingdom.
Oh my gosh.
Marvin Perkins.
I know, but while you're in Texas, I mean, those things, they ruin cars,
Yeah.
they ruin everything.
Yes.
They're freaking horrible.
Yeah.
They're nasty little creatures.
Yeah.
They really are,
it's a
but-
trip. I had a skunk in my backyard, so that's
Don't play with it. Don't
not
pet it. Don't feed
no,
it.
no. The dead milkman had a big lizard. I got a big skunk.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think I'd stay with a raccoon. But,
It's crazy. I live right downtown. I mean, I live on First Street,
First Street.
a block
It's
from the circle. So
right off the
there's
center
all
of the city,
things.
yeah.
We had deer on our front porch last winter. So
There's
it's
deer in my yard all the time, but I live
But I
off
live
that lake.
downtown. When you open up,
Yeah.
there's a buck standing like 10 feet from your door. It's like, oh, hi.
So of course they're gonna hang out there. They're not getting shot there.
I'm not giving them drinks either.
don't share your vodka with them. They're kind of rude, I heard.
Oh, that's funny. My
That
wife,
is-
she goes out and she's standing in the backyard. She goes, I turn around, the skunk's there. I'm like, did you come inside? She goes, no, I just kept standing. I'm like, you get sprayed. You'll be living outside for a while.
Oh, yeah, because that's pretty
2 weeks.
nasty. I don't know, maybe I don't know what their mating habits are, or, if they, have their babies in people's yards or what, but, if you've got one that keeps coming to your yard, there's something there.
I think it
Something's
lives in
happening.
my friend has a storage container. He's keeping it in the backyard while he's rehabbing his house. So I think it might have moved in under there. And he's going to be in for a surprise when it comes to moving next month.
I'd say they probably do whatever's clever, get in where you fit in. It's nice and safe right there.
Yeah.
So, boom.
But we got a lot of stray cats in the neighborhood, and this lady feeds them, and at night I'll see this cat, skunk, and raccoon all eating on the same place next to each other. So
Sounds like a Pepe Le Pew cartoon.
pretty much. I totally wouldn't be surprised if an animal fell out of the sky one day on me. This is my life. But, it wouldn't surprise me.
my gosh, that's
I think
awesome.
with you, we good.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I just work my ass off, all these crazy jobs, different hours. I just started a new one a couple weeks ago. So I have to be at work at like 3 a.m. But it works better with my schedule because I'm usually up anyway all night working. So I can just, put down editing or whatever I'm doing, then take a nap, and then go to work at 3, and I'm done by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm still not a morning person. I'd be a better morning person if it was around 2 p.m.
I'm still a little upset about having to go to class tomorrow and be up at 6 to be there in Granite by 8.
Why are you doing 8 o'clock class?
8 till 5.
Oh, that's their deal.
8 to 5.
Yes.
That's just how the.
That's how they do their
Yep,
stuff.
That's how it landed.
Are you in journeyman class? Or is it just electrician class, or what is it?
I mean, it's industrial electricity, so it's not necessarily a journeyman or
Oh, okay.
anything like that.
Gotcha.
But just learning the ropes and how it works.
Yeah, you want to go commercial, that's where the money is, for sure. Definitely.
This is true.
Just learn all the safety stuff.
Unless Eric takes me somewhere
Take it to Detroit.
on that train.
Yeah, we're
We'll see.
things are going good. Been exciting. I mean, we played out like less than a month after we were together, a couple weeks. Because you had surgery right after.
Yeah, I
we
had
got
hernia
together.
surgery a couple days after I met Eric, and then
He was out for a
couldn't
month.
do anything for at least a week or so. And then as soon as I was able to feel like I could sing at all, we started.
Yeah,
doing
we went to
work.
7 and he said, let's go grab a beer 'cause we just finished writing those two. And the waitress like, yeah, sure, you guys play.
Yeah.
Prove it. Okay, walked back
Emily.
out, got a guitar and went back. Played.
Well, that's
Got
awesome.
us back.
That's the way to get an audition. I mean, that's the way to do it. So
Objectively, heads
Yeah,
turned.
we got asked back, and we got some people. So we didn't play there one week, and I've been walking the dog.
Like,
and there
where
were
were
people
you?
I don't know, and they're like, why aren't you guys here tonight? Okay.
Took
Sorry.
the night off.
So now we kind of do that on Wednesdays.
So you're there every Wednesday?
Pretty
More
much,
or
for the
less?
most part,
More or
yeah.
less.
Go play.
We might skip one a month
That's
or
where
something like
we
that.
try to break out the new songs over there. We write and see how they go over.
Night moves Saturday.
We did Night
They
Move
have-
Saturday. We
they
did
have
that.
open
and
mic.
H's we've been playing.
So where are you at this weekend?
I think Saturday we're gonna play at what's it called?
You got somewhere
Night
new in
Moves.
mind?
Night Moves.
Night moves.
Night Moves.
To open
At
the
8.
open
And,
mic Saturday, yeah.
be at 7 on Wednesday. Night Moves on Saturday, and or maybe H's on Wednesday. We'll do both again. I don't know.
We could do both if we
Could
want.
do both.
Go early if one,
Yeah, I think we'll go
cruise across.
Because H's goes later, so it makes sense.
So is any of your music out there that we can find it, or are you just waiting till you go to record it?
Wait until we go to record it.
Yes, we have recordings, but we don't feel that they're high enough quality to put out there
Right.
just yet.
Right.
The songs are good
Songs are
enough
good.
for our
Songs are
standard,
good, but they're,
the recording quality, we're not experts at mastering tracks and all that. So
Right, gotcha.
So I suck ass at it.
you're better than me.
Let's hear another one.
I'm gonna pull
And the
something-
name and what's the story behind it?
I'm gonna pull something weird out, just because you're talking about cover songs earlier. Let's see, you heard this one.
So who does the writing? Both of you, or
Both of us.
is it a combination? Combo?
Pretty much. I'm gonna pull this cover song out just because I want to. And
Okay, well, you go right ahead.
it's one you probably haven't heard on acoustic guitar before. Ready?
Talking away, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. So needless to say, of odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say it after me. It's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Did you say, is it life for just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember. You're shying away. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. And I'll be gone in a day or two. I'll be gone in a day or two.
Awesome. Good job. Good job.
Falsetto's not my favorite, but
It's okay.
it's all right.
The Bee Gees.
Surprised you didn't jump in there and sing with him.
He's got that one handled. I'm just enjoying sitting back and playing, really. So it's fun. And he's still like learning the words to a lot of the new ones.
Some of them,
So
yeah.
he's there to
Like,
look
some
at
of
them.
these are that even we've written are only a few weeks old.
Chop is one, yeah.
So
Chocolates and all that. Isn't it fun?
That's okay. Sounds great.
Thank
Sounds like
you.
you've been playing
Thank
them forever.
Thank you.
Is that what you're doing? Bringing up more words?
yeah, basically, yeah. You were yelling at me about Facebook earlier. It's like I'm actually trying to look up lyrics real quick.
With the chalk, I guess. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So, well, let's see what's going on this weekend. So Friday at Diamond Music Hall, we got Velvet Goldmine. Have you guys seen that band? It's a glittery 70s rock band.
I want to take him out to St. Louis. I keep telling him about the.
Yeah,
gotta
you
tell him about
should.
St.
Diamond,
Charles and-
Diamond's a badass venue. And then Saturday night they get the Phil Collins Experience. The guy who does Phil Collins, his name is Terry Adams Jr. and he's won all kinds of awards.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure where he's from, but it's a national act, so it's
I
gonna be
told
killer.
him when because we were looking for a bass player, so I said, "They have open mic nights in St. Louis with bands. Let's just go steal one."
Yeah, Tuesday night is Salvatore's in St. Charles, and then at Diamond Music Hall they have open mic. Wednesday night is at Charlotte Pub, and then also Wednesday night, tomorrow night, or 2 nights from now, Hideous Gentlemen are playing at Party in the Park in Granite City. It's at Civic Park. These guys are really good. I've not heard them. They're freaking killer. They're going to be on the show in 2 weeks.
Okay. Are you still working with the band that you were working with?
What?
Are you still managing a band that you had?
No, not managing them anymore. They're kids, and I mean it was just a temporary thing, just to get them going. So it's all good. And let's see, who else? Charlotte Pub this weekend, Saturday. Sunset Strip is playing there. You've got to go to Charlotte if you've not been. It's voted the best dive bar in St. Louis, and you've got to go there. So big shout out to Charlotte Judy. She's freaking awesome. So Tuesday night, and she has a jam. It's a blues jam, but they've got Ron Buehlinger, Mike Saffron from Pavlov's Dog on drums, and then Brian Massey. He's a bass player. He's freaking awesome. He's killer. Thursday night is the best open jam at Charlotte. You guys should go out
Thursday
and
night?
check it out. Thursday night.
I think we would do that.
Thursday night.
we'll probably make that, yeah.
Thursday.
Bigger places than we've been playing, probably sounds like.
I like bigger places.
Yeah, more people, more potential bassists if
Do you have a bass player?
Miles doesn't work out. He
Yeah,
chooses
if
not
you
to
go to
work
open
with us.
jams, I mean, that's another venue or another way to find musicians.
Yeah, there's Belleville's not. There's a lot of guitar players. That's about it.
I know. Belleville and North County.
Yeah.
A lot of guitar players come out of NOCO, for sure.
We got Dan Floyd. That's He's great.
Yeah.
I would like to get him. But
Well, get him.
I tried.
You need another Daniel.
I know. Yeah, he's great though. He's good. You talked to Christian lately? How those guys?
What?
Trailer Park Heroes, I think.
Yeah.
Are they still doing stuff?
Yeah, they just played. They just played a couple weeks ago at Charlotte. So yeah, I just saw Christian.
Check it out.
Matter of fact, he is. The Parents Open Jam is starting up again Wednesdays on October 13th. The one that I used to host, we're gonna start it up again. Christian's gonna be my singer,
Oh, nice.
so you guys should come out to that too. It's in St. Peter's.
October 13th.
A little bit of a drive. Yeah, October
Not bad,
13th.
not bad. Yeah, I think we leave on the 14th.
45, 50 minutes, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gone, yeah.
Where are you guys at? Belleville?
Bella,
Yes.
You're in Belleville. Totally worth the drive. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
we don't mind driving, for sure.
We got Mike the Wop on drums, Bobby Guillon on bass, and then our guitar player. We have two of them. We've got John Ringling and Wayne Adams.
Mike the Wop, I'm taking he's Italian.
Oh yeah, you can't get any more louder or more Italian than Mike the Wop. Trust me. But yeah,
Like that.
he's a yeller and he's a hand thrower and just a whole bit. But he's a badass drummer. Let me tell you, he's been around. He can play anything, anytime, anywhere.
Those are hard to find.
They are. I did a international food festival one weekend about 8 years ago, and it was in St. Charles. And when I say international, we had foods from all over the world, and all these different vendors. And so every day I had a different band. I had a Latin band, and then I had a country band. I had a rock band, and then I had roving musicians that were running around this festival all weekend. And Mike the Wop, he came out, and I called him my trash can drummer because I brought out trash cans, pots and pans, buckets, pails, everything, and he set up a drum set, a makeshift drum set. The only thing he used from his own was a cymbal, and he put this thing together, and it was a 30-minute drum solo. And if you shut your eyes, you could not tell he was not playing on drums. He's that freaking good. He is that good. He's amazing, absolutely. And now that guy's hilarious.
What
He's
kind
a
of
cut
fest
up.
was this?
Mike the Wop.
No, the fest. What kind of
It
fest
was an international food festival.
Okay,
It was in
so kind of like
St.
an
Charles.
Oktoberfest sort of thing, like we just had. or
Yeah,
similar?
Oktoberfest was more mainly geared towards German,
Right, but
but this was international. I mean, it was all kinds of foods from all over the world.
it wasn't a hippie fest.
He goes to Hippie Fest.
Well, okay, we'll call it Hippie Fest. But it was in a barn.
That might have something to do with the name too.
Yeah. He goes there.
Getting lost in September, on a little too much.
At least this
Tripping
year,
too
you
hard.
Take it back naked to the cops.
Nothing wrong with that, you know.
When you're tripping on how much?
Yeah, what are you tripping on? LSD, mushrooms,
A little bit of a lot.
a little bit of a lot. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't hurt anybody, I
Nope.
guess.
No, he said,
Expand your
yeah,
mind.
these people, they put drops in my mouth and I got to take them back naked to the cops. I'm like, oh, God.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, when I was a kid, the first time I would say I was 19, I was dating a drummer. What's wrong with me? Anyway, we went to this party and he said, "Stick your tongue out." I said, "Ugh," and he put purple microdot on my tongue.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this was like 7 to 10 drops of liquid.
I don't know.
It's a
All
lot.
I know
It's
back
probably
then it
300
was something
micrograms
else.
per.
DMT though, that's
That
a
too.
whole. other
That too.
experience.
That's a whole nother. Yeah, you're not gonna walk around in that.
Yeah,
bad.
All I know is it was a long. It seemed like the clock was spinning. The cartoons were coming out of the television. I couldn't control it. It was just like it wouldn't stop. My mind would not shut down. It was
What-
crazy.
What do they call the guy who follows the band around?
The drummer.
That's me. See, we're talking about drummer.
Sometimes the bass player depends. Oh no, he's the one that carries the equipment. Drummer's the one who follows everybody around,
That's funny.
and the lead singer doesn't do anything.
He holds the light bulb up while the world spins around him and screws it in.
Exactly.
Ooh. nice one.
Oh, that's right. You
There's-
know, it's always a 20-minute sound check with the singer, right?
Well, 14 was waiting for him to get there. Not you.
Hey man,
Because you gotta get your hair did.
groupies
You're
take
only
time.
upstairs.
Just saying.
Okay, we ready for this song?
Yeah, this is good.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
What do
we
you
wrote,
wanna
we
do?
wrote this one.
Cover or which one? What do you think?
This is chalk.
Chalk.
We actually wrote this one. We sat on the patio at 7, actually. So I got an idea, went home and wrote it. And,
What's the inspiration for it?
The patio,
Patio.
at Chalk.
Patio
at
at 7.
7, yeah, basically.
Tell her. Why not?
Sitting watching shadows grow on the brick wall of this downtown patio. and they show I'm not alone. The waitress here says very clear that living life ain't loving, living life in here. And they put that on the wall, all the colors on this downtown patio. The drawings speak of love, of hearts left on the wall, around here everywhere. And my favorite one says you love me, it's right there. Another drink I always find. I'm watching people say let's meet same place, same time. They'll all be here once again. The watching writing never ends. A fairy tale for you, my lover, my best friend. I put that right there on the wall. The colored pictures on this downtown patio. The drawings speak of love with hearts put on the wall, around here everywhere. And my favorite one says you love me, it's right there. Just to sit right here, it feels so nice to see all the different hearts you put for you and me, and they say you love me. As years go by, only the colors fade away. The chocolate turns to dust, but my love for you remains, and through it all. And my favorite one says you love me, it's right there. Getting late, it's time to go. I put a heart there on the wall, I know you'll find. It says I love you, glad you're mine. When you see it, you will find our adventure goes another mile through time. And our story never ends. All the pictures on this downtown radio. The drawings speak of love, of hearts left on the wall, around here everywhere. And my favorite one says you love me, it's right there. And my favorite one, it says you love me, it's right there. Codename 7.
Codename 7. Why not call it 7?
That's the. Have you ever been to 7?
Yes.
Yeah, the patio, the alley with the chalk on all the walls.
I wasn't in the alley. I was always in the inside.
Next time you're there, go in there and look around.
Nice.
I will.
Check it out.
Very cool.
Better than the street side with the homeless people coming up. Hey. Nice. So we did that, and I think, yeah. I think we wrote.
Do they know that you guys wrote a song about?
I mean, a couple of the waitresses, I think, know, but I don't know about the business itself for sure.
I told the owner, Jennifer.
Did you tell her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I wrote. Yeah, I did. But she was pretty drunk at the time, so.
Well,
That's cool.
happens.
You should dump it on their page and dump it on their site. We wrote this song just for
Yeah,
you.
we only played it there once, I think, haven't we?
we played it once, yeah.
Yeah,
There.
only once though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then we got the drink song. That's the other one.
Oh yeah.
Guys hiding on the bar from their wives. It's always a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, so it's we get that.
Sometimes you gotta.
Because we have the one thing about it we like is we both have completely different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So when I bring music, or I'll go, here's lyrics and stuff, and I go, okay, I'm gonna make some changes. Here we go. Don't you have more depressing chords or harder chords? I'm like,
Oh yeah. I want more positive lyrics and more minor chords. But you know,
but it works.
he likes bright notes. I like dark notes. But
Well, that's good because the contrast works.
Yeah, it does. We come in the middle because he just is like, rah, 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 and I'm going, what the fuck is that?
Oh, are you one of those?
some of the stuff I listen to, yeah.
Yeah.
Of
One of
course.
those- He goes, oh, this music's good. I'm like, yeah, let's go play Sausage Fest next week and so.
Well, it's kind of sometimes it's hard to understand when with that kind of singing. I mean, what is that actually? Is there a name for that? Other than I can't hardly understand.
Fry
what they're
vocals
saying.
or
Yeah,
screaming,
something
yeah,
like
fry
that. I mean,
vocals.
those guys don't last long.
Yeah.
when they
If you
sing
do
like
it
that.
wrong, it doesn't. If you use your vocal cords, you'll totally destroy them. But if you take them out of the equation entirely and you use like the upper part of your throat, it's so I can do it all day.
It's still just not.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It's just not.
But I mean, that's not what we're doing here,
Yeah,
so it
that's
doesn't
what-
matter
that's
all
what
that
it's
much right
you
now.
know, we can do that later, but this works. It's.
So was this your prior band?
As far as
That music, the way you sang.
no, not really. I kind of know that doesn't really sell, especially in the local scene.
he was in
It's
a
just
BG.
what I listen to a lot.
He was in a BG cover band first. and
Of
he was
course.
in a band.
No, I was in. I mean, I've been around here. I've been in bands that like Hardwire, and then I had a new band where I met Brew, Stone's Throw. It was mostly late 70s, 80s, 90s rock cover dance. Play for the girls. They show up to dance. The guys show up for the girls. Everybody buys drinks. The bar's happy. We make money.
Right.
You know, winning formula. But
I know that seems to be it always works that way.
right,
The girls come, they will bring them.
you build it and they will come.
Exactly.
I like the nightlife.
Is that what you're gonna play next?
Oh, let's see. Next.
What you want to do?
Okay.
You do cover or original?
Right, original.
Original.
Pick one.
Which?
Rise or don't care.
For the people who don't know, Eric, give us your background.
Um,
You started playing when you were 5,
oh God.
6, 8,
In bands?
anything.
14.
14?
Forever it seems
Was
like.
that your first band, or was that when you first started
First band
playing
was
music?
15, and when I was 16, we opened for like Level 42 around Florida. for a while.
Filter.
That was later in life.
Mhm.
That was before I quit for 15 years. No, I just played in bands pretty much my whole life except for Small Breaking Army.
Right.
And that was it. And, I didn't expect to be doing this again, and demo got made, and just got a phone call, and kind of went from there. Had fun.
When did you hook up with Sponge?
First time, 1990 something. When they were out with Letters to Cleo, and my original band from Dallas, we opened for them.
Right.
But Vinny was the only member still in, actually, though, even though Andy didn't play on the album, that was them. But then got back with met up with Andy when they were out
Little
the
musical chairs. Swap in, swap
Kind
out.
of, but it's more complicated than that. But hooked back up with them when they were at the Nixons, and I've been friends with them for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And met Andy, and he heard my demo, and then talked to him, and next thing I know, I was up in Detroit. And kind of haven't looked back since. I'm kind of busy.
So it's been on again, off again for several years then.
No, it was off for 15. I did not pick up a guitar.
Really?
15 years, I walked away. Literally played Dead or Letterman.
Were you burnt out, or just done with it, or just tired of the whole BS?
I was just a lot of BS. I was a hired gun at that point, and just I don't like being told shut up and do this. So.
It wasn't for 15 years, but there were a few years before this that I was just like, I'm done. I'm tired of dealing with megalomaniacs, people who are just, huge ego, and they think it's their way or the highway all the time. And
that's the thing about me and him.
people
is
cussing and yelling as we're setting up in front of the bar that's going to watch us. I'm like, I'm not
Me and
doing
him
that.
spend so
So
much time laughing, especially with Brew, and so it's like there's no
Right.
ego, there's no.
there's none of that.
nothing.
None of that here.
And
So
he's the quiet one. Everyone thinks he's serious. I'm going, really? Because I kind of just, it's like a dry humor.
Right.
And then I'll say something stupid, like, he's going to get mad. Oh, fuck. He knows. You'll hear in the background, hey, laughing. But it's been good. It's been good.
I've seen a lot of that when I was a booking agent. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe. I've got a million stories, but I cannot do that.
Oh,
I cannot, just can't do that. But
attitudes.
yeah, and
No.
that was always been a running joke with me. The next band I put together is going to be called Egos and Attitudes.
Oh,
but
I've
then
seen-
again,
I've
who
seen-
would I pick?
I've seen people.
Anybody.
I've seen people.
Almost sometimes.
I'll throw that. Tori Amos is a bitch. Linda Perry's a fucking bitch.
I don't know.
I mean, I've seen her
Take
just
your
berate
word.
people, and just things like that. Just I've seen, but the guys in Sponge and Nixon's bands I know, I'm friends with them still because they're nice people.
Right.
Yeah, they're super cool guys. Hanging
Richard
out with them
Patrick on the
backstage.
manager,
Helping set up at the show
yeah.
July 30th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in Chicago.
Yeah.
But we had fun. It's there's It's like anything else. Just don't let it go to your head.
Right.
So-
It amazes me that, you know, they didn't start out like that, I don't think.
Yeah, no, you,
And then they get to that point, it's like, you got to ask yourself, you're done. You need to just get out if you're that angry
who
and
put
that
you
pissed
here?
off.
Who put
Yeah,
you here? You
yeah,
know,
Well, I mean, if they forget where they came from, then they need to just get out because it's
Go back
just
and spend some time there at least.
something.
Yeah, it's you know, you treat your fans like shit, and that just doesn't work. You know, it's like I've seen.
Right.
I'd like to say I've learned from the best, and seen Sponge and other guys I know, Nixon's, Deep Blue something. Those guys. They'll spend hours out there side talking to people until they're done.
Right.
You know, everyone's had enough. You know, it's not like, oh, we're busy, gotta go. It's like, hey, you know, we'll take time, and it makes a difference because people will remember that. You might not remember everyone you've been a dick to, but they will remember you.
Yeah, working as a stagehand, I've seen a lot of that, and I can tell you, I've got a million stories about that too. I would have to say probably two of the top performers that I've worked with backstage that were just, I couldn't believe, Breaking Benjamin. I mean, they are 5 hot guys at 5, you know, they've got a hot entourage, and when we did their show at the amphitheater, or Riverport, whatever you want to call it, you know, when we do a show, usually it's about 19, 20 trailers we have to unload, set up there in front of the house, lights, all the stuff. It was a hot July day, I mean, one of the hottest, and there's about 100 of us on the dock unloading these trucks and getting everything set up. Breaking Benjamin comes out of their trailers, and they come out, and they want to help us unload, and we're like, no, you don't know what you're doing. You're just you're the guys playing this stuff. So their guy on the dock told him, he said, you can just get us waters. And they were fetching waters for us all day. And then at the end of the night, they were the same way. They're like, we know, we're just going to fetch waters. I mean, they were just so cool.
That is that.
Who does that? I mean,
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
You know, we don't ever ask for anything, but I mean, it was so appreciated that these guys did not have to do any of that. Another one was Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, really?
We all lined up because she wanted to thank each and every one of us, and she went down the line, and it was, I mean, who does that? I
That
mean,
is
that's
cool.
just
It's like
very sweet.
A lot of
They-
bands, they seem to forget that they used to load in and out and how shitty it was, and then it's just not, you know. And I've seen some.
and then they're the opposite. I don't want to go into all that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it just amazes me that they're just going to be, you
And
know.
nowadays, you know, a lot of the bands that are doing these bigger tours, they're doing it as together, you know, with other bands, and you can't be really that dick anymore because no one's going to take you out with it, and that's the thing. It's speaking of, do you know? Have you heard of the super group? It is Deep Blue something, Sponge, and the Nixons. It's Zach from the Nixons, it's Vinny from Sponge, and
Really?
Todd Pipe from Deep Blue something, and the drummer.
one you were showing me?
The drummer from Ten Hands, and Course of Empire. It was super group kind of.
What, this is now? They've just put this together?
They did a couple shows. I know they did Plano, Texas.
They dress up and all that?
No,
Or are you talking about the
it's
other?
just the 3 lead singers
Okay.
from 3 bands.
Okay, yeah.
So are they playing their old songs together,
Yeah,
or
they're
are they
a
doing new
couple-
stuff?
they're doing,
Or?
I think they're doing some new stuff, but they're doing their hits, obviously. But you
Right.
know, Todd will sing, play bass, and you know, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Vinny will do Molly and that I know of. And,
That is a super group.
pretty
That's
much,
freaking awesome.
super group of the night. That's the end. Zach's doing his thing, so you got Zach on guitar, you got Todd on bass, and I can't remember his name.
How long do you think that's going to last with their egos and attitudes?
Actually,
You think it'll
all of them-
last, or you
all of
think
them-
that they're
I know
good?
all of them pretty well since the '90s, and I don't think there's any egos with them. They're all pretty
That's
laid
good.
back.
That's good.
You're talking about
You
Vinny and whatnot?
Yeah, they're all
The only
good.
thing about Vinny is he seemed tired.
He
That's
is
all I
tired, yeah,
can say.
but
I mean, he
put-
was still out there talking to people
But he puts on a
and
hell of a
hanging
show.
out and doing
you
a
know,
great
he
show.
gives it 100%.
But I could tell he was just.
Right, drained.
But they showed up. I guess they got there kind of late that night too,
Yeah, they
and all
drove
that.
right
They
in.
drove.
You know,
Yeah.
but those guys, they all put on a hell of a show. You know,
Yeah,
each
they did
one
a
of
great
them
job.
bands.
That's
They'll spend time with the audience after.
Yep.
So it's been, I've been with Zach, and he's had the flu. And after the show, he's still out there making weight. So you know,
Right.
Put it aside. So that's the hell of a thing.
Cowboy Mouth is like that too. You guys familiar with them?
I've
Cowboy
heard the
Mouth?
name, yeah. It's,
Not,
Cowboy
no,
Mouth.
not-
So the lead singer is the drummer. His name is Fred, and they opened for Sammy. Sammy did a 4th of July show here in St. Louis a few years ago. That was with I can't think of what his name is. Gosh dang it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, after the show, they opened for these 4 bands, and they came out afterwards. They hung out with the audience, doing pictures and all this kind of thing. There's just a riot. I mean, just a blast. But the lead singer, who the drummer is set in the middle of the stage, so everybody else plays in front of him. But his riser's up a little higher. But I mean, he's one of these interactive. He gets the audience singing, he gets the audience dancing. I mean, he throws sticks, he throws all kinds of stuff out there. It's a blast. Like, their catchphrase is the name of the band is, and then he points at everybody and everybody yells cowboy mouth, you know, so, but yeah.
I think I saw them on the landing a while back sometime.
I don't know if they played on the landing.
No.
I know they played
I
Old
mean,
Rock
the
House a
Landing,
few
yeah,
times,
but-
and it always sells out.
I've seen them somewhere. Another name.
Yeah, I believe they're from Texas, if I'm not mistaken, but they're really
Okay.
good. They're just a blast. But you know, all musicians, it doesn't matter. They play whether they go into a venue and it's 1 person or 5 people. They play like there's a million people there. Always the same show. It doesn't matter.
Well,
That's
Played Saturday night, we walk in the place and it's the guy doing it's country and he's damn good. It's like, oh, okay. He looks just like Darius Rucker. Sounds like him. And it's like going, okay. And he turns on me and goes, it's really hitting our crowd. I'm like, make it our crowd. Go out there and act like you own it. And we did.
Right.
And by the time we got done, people were coming up, man, you guys are
People
great.
are turning around their seats.
Yeah,
like,
it's, we
what's
got their
this?
attention and
Yeah.
it worked.
definitely.
So put 'em over.
Yeah,
We
you
had fun.
just have to always give it your all, no matter how many people are in your audience, because that's what counts. Because that 1 person is going to tell 2 people, and they're going to tell 2 people, and that's what brings everybody in. You know.
That's what I always say. Like, you only need 1. It only takes 1.
Exactly.
1 person to hear, 1 person to do whatever. Just 1 person, 1 song.
I did feel really out of place at first when I heard that as we were going.
You
and
went
I'm
up in a
like,
G string. What the hell you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, only Platinum Rock Legends does that.
No, we had fun with this. I'll get them laughing during the thing. You just standing behind them. I know.
And if you stay together long enough and you get your fan base up and running, you know, the greatest compliment is to have your audience singing your songs back to you. You know,
Yes,
that's
it is.
Someone filmed it the other night, and I watched it, and I could hear people clapping along with us. That we didn't know, so I was like, going, okay, we're doing some good. Just kinda,
well, that's good, and they
Nice.
stayed.
yeah, we didn't run anybody out,
No.
So you
and
know,
we played behind people who ran people out. They were packed, and they played, and said, oh shit.
Somebody was a little drunk that night, and they were
I
playing,
never played
and it
live
was
before.
very off key, and yeah, some people were leaving. And we're like, no, but
We
it
brought them
happens.
back in by the time we were done.
well, that's good. That's awesome. So what are you gonna play next?
Oh, let's do.
Cover or original? Yeah, like 1 more cover. Yeah, like 2 more originals that I think we can do.
Oh yeah, we do. Don't care. I guess.
It's called Don't Care.
Yeah.
Code name, don't care. It needs a better
Code.
title.
Why is everything a code
It needs
name?
a better
What is
title.
it?
It has a working title now. It needs an actual title.
Okay, and whose ex is this about?
Not mine.
Somebody's.
Not his.
I'm no longer a part of this. Did you ever care at all? You listened to fools and you believed. I watched the outside crumble and fall. Crumble and fall. But you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all. You watch me stumble till I fall, and I've been with you through it all. I always thought that love was blind, but you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all. The inner world that fades to black. Just keep onwards, don't look back, and let it go if you decide to run away. No place to hide, nowhere to hide. But you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all. You watch me stumble till I fall, and I've been with you through it all. I always thought that love was blind, but you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all. And you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all. To kill the pain and all the sorrow, I'll be leaving here tomorrow. It takes me in and cuts me deep. There's nothing left here for me to keep. For me to keep. And you won't be there after all. You don't really care at all. You watch me stumble till I fall, and I've been with you through it all. I always thought that love was blind, but you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all. No, you won't be there after all. No, you don't really care at all.
Awesome. And I forgot to give props to the one and only, the man, the dude, the guy behind all this, Mr. Tweezy. We were a little late tonight because somehow he got locked out, so I got locked out, and I was running late because I live in Granite City, and if you've ever been to Granite City,
Yes.
if it's not a plane, it's a train that's going to stop you. Every freaking time. You know, I plan it out, I'm going to get there exactly this time, and then every time, it never fails, there's a train.
Almost worth it for me to go up the highway to the college the back way because there's no train.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a pain. You need a break? Okay, well, we're going to take a
Sounds
break.
good.
Episode 81, STL Roar, MyCityMyMusic.com, September Lost with Eric John Berry and Mr. Daniel Walter. We will be right back. Listen to a little American Greed.
We gotta stop the madness. Not in the future, but here right now. Start a revolution, start a revolution. Start a revolution.
I can see it in your eyes. It's a dictator in disguise. You're the dying for your greed, and it's you that planted the evil seed.
the floor. You start to speak, please don't even try. I don't wanna hear your fucking alibi, 'cause we've heard it all before. You've said it all. We've heard it all before. Think of something really clever to say. Same shit, different day. Nothing new in the shit that you're spewing. Your mouth is saying day out, day in. I'm praying that you will believe. Shut the fuck up. We've heard it all before. We've said it all. We've heard it all heard it all before. Heard it all before. Heard it all before. Heard it all
Episode 81, STL Roar, mycitymymusic.com. We've got September Lost in here, Mr. Eric John Berry and Daniel Walter. And it's been fun. We only have like 20 minutes left. And you're going to razzle dazzle us with more songs, stories, limericks. What are you doing over there?
Trying to figure out how this works.
Oh my goodness.
Live.
There you go.
And Eric's recording.
Singers, you know?
Hey, he wanted to.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. There you go.
We'll get us both in there.
So when this is done, it'll be, this goes out on YouTube, and it's also on mycitymymusic.com. You can also see it. Is it under Soldier by Blood, too? Yeah, Soldier by Blood.
Can't turn it sideways.
Put it
Yes,
in
you
the middle.
can.
No, it said you can't.
What do you mean it's
I
set?
tilted
Oh,
my
it's
phone and it
Facebook
said
Live?
You can't do that while live.
Well,
Cool.
yeah, that's, okay, never mind. You have to reset it. I can show you how to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah? First time.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Hey, place it like in the over this side.
Okay, here,
Going
you want it
towards-
on this side? Or-
Yeah, then we
Okay,
can
now
do-
you're right in front of his. There you go.
You get both of us.
There you go.
You get both.
Is that better?
Yeah. Just trying to get both of him in there. Right.
Yeah, it's only, it's not even getting the orange
Come
one.
on over.
You move that one behind him. Is it still in the right place?
I bumped it with my
Oh,
chair.
shit. There's another
Well,
one
now
right
they're both moving.
Watch
there. I
out.
didn't know. I didn't know it came on there. I just
You
saw
can
it.
see that
Stop
one.
moving
That doesn't make
cameras.
sense.
You know I don't. I don't
Tweezy
see
has them
that.
specifically placed in certain. So,
Sorry.
because when you see the version of YouTube, and he's got them all
Oh,
on,
that's right.
screens.
I forgot.
So you guys move it. Look at this. They're just taking over the studio. Everything's good.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Huh? I could just. Why don't you just move? You could have just taken this chair and moved it over. you're moving now? Okay. I'll move mine over here. Okay, you guys. Is this original?
Yep.
Yes.
Brand new.
New and original. What's it called?
Rise.
Oh, what's that about?
And life might kick you when you're down, when it seems it's falling around. If you're feeling small, then hear this call. Remember, always stand to tell the pain inside you know so well. Don't forget it all through rise and fall. Love is a dream we hold on to. Don't let it go, believe it's true. Scenes of life surround, can't break us down. Seasons pass if you don't let go. Life's a battle and scars will show. When it knocks you down, keep moving on. And when it feels good times are gone, you've been slipping for so long. When it seems the odds just don't pay you, I'll stand by you till it's through and make this better than you knew. Don't you let it stall through rise and fall. Love is a dream we hold on to. Don't let it go, believe it's true. Scenes of life surround, can't break us down. Seasons pass if you don't let go. Life's a battle and scars will show. When it knocks you down, keep moving on. Moving on. Look within and find your strength. Push fear aside, don't let it break. See, it's not as bad as once was had. And when it's tearing at the seam, hope is much more than a dream. Breaking through that wall, through rise and fall. Love is a dream we hold on to. Don't let it go, believe it's true. Scenes of life surround, can't break us down. Seasons pass if you don't let go. Life's a battle and scars will show. When it knocks you down, keep moving on. Moving on.
So what's the story behind that one? Is there one?
No, I think it was.
I think it started off as something that was kind of on the depressing side, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this today. I'm doing something completely different.
Yeah, so we changed it. We wrote positive stuff. We had
did it the other way instead.
That's good.
Yeah, so I
Very
sent him
good.
lyrics, and he goes, "I'll make some changes." Okay, and then we kind of went back and forth, and I said, "No,
Some changes.
no depressing chords."
That's good.
So we just try to keep it upbeat, positive.
Not everything has to be so sad.
Nah,
Exactly.
most of our stuff try to be positive. You know, there's crap out there. The rah, rah.
He's not gonna let you live that down. You know, you're just gonna
all
have to
good.
throw that.
I'll own it.
Throw that in there one night when you're when you're doing a song.
He will.
Thought about it. During acoustic sets, it doesn't quite translate all that well. So
No, it
we'll see
doesn't.
once we get into the electric side more. We'll consider it. If it fits, then cool.
Yeah. I want to do it with the Village People tribute band, but
later.
What character would you play?
Not the policeman.
No.
Not the Indian.
Eh,
The construction guy?
I'd probably be the Indian.
Be the Indian?
Yeah.
I've seen him build a few things.
Yeah.
Construction guy, probably.
They were a great band. I mean, they really had a following, and they really had a gimmick, and they made it work. I thought, you know.
True story. I always make that joke. I've made it for years. And I was on the phone with Jeff Hayes from Sponge, and I said, yeah, this was a year ago. I said, yeah, I'm just going to quit this and be a Village People tribute band. He goes, been there, done it, and he sent pictures. I was like, oh. I was like, come on. I was like, I got beat, but it was funny. And they went out as the other band, Solid Frog. They went out dressed as the Village People because they always dress up. One time it was the Incredibles.
Right.
One time it was the Bee Gees.
Right.
Beekeepers was one, I think. It was other Village People. Oh, bad.
That's awesome. That is
Funny.
great.
I would totally do that too. It'd be funny.
I mean, you got to have a gimmick. You got to make people want to come back and see it. So, regardless of what, even if it's just a costume change, I mean, you know, because it's just, and you just make it fun. The more fun it is, the more people get involved, the more they want to come out and see it.
And just
you know.
talk to her, have fun, interact. I think. What's that? Bingo live.
I think that's why so many people like covers, just because it just takes them back to wherever, you know, whatever that feel-good
Some
song
I think
was.
that's what
familiarity.
the music does. It's
Memories.
Like, I was told him if one song makes a difference for somebody, it makes them feel better, it makes them feel like they're not the only one that went through this shit, then it's worth it, you know. It's just,
But we got to have more originals to make more covers.
yeah,
It's true.
I mean, me and him together, we could probably do 1,000 covers, but I just why? It's been
Tired
done.
of it.
It's been done.
Yeah.
I like people to go, I sound like so and so. Really, why? Because there already is one. You know, just
Right,
be yourself,
exactly.
You know, just go there, and then you got the other problem is bands today with things like the X Factor and American Idol. You wouldn't have Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, Tom Petty is a huge one. You wouldn't have. I could just see him going out and audition. Man, she was in a minute. Get out. You know, that'd be it, you know. So you would have missed all that music had that been doing the way things were. You know, you take music with all the flaws. You know, music's not supposed to be perfect. You know.
I might have tried out for one of those at one point in time. It didn't really work out. Not that particular one. I won't say
Told you not to
specifically,
sing
but
Christina Aguilera.
like, oh, we're going based on sound. Are you really though?
Yeah, he went to one of those auditions.
Did you? Which one?
Just to try it out. It was The Voice.
Was it?
No.
There's been quite a few people here in St. Louis who've done The Voice. I know there was a musician who did, American Idol. He's done it twice.
Chris Eakes went.
But they already they've already got the person picked out who's going to win. They really do, and they just drag it out forever.
It's like,
don't know for
it's
sure,
not the
but-
voice. It should be the look. That's what
Right,
It's not.
exactly.
It's crap.
I think they resorted to those shows because there hasn't been too many original sounds. Everybody's covering everybody else. They're covering the cover bands. And so, oh, well, you like you said, you sound like so-and-so. And it's like, well, who wants that?
Yeah.
You need to have your own sound.
I don't know how. I've had people come up to us and say, "You guys don't sound like anybody." Okay, great. We're not trying
That's
to.
good. You don't need to.
I don't think
No,
we're trying.
you guys have a unique
I can't,
sound.
Yeah, I don't think we do. And that's just kind of what I like.
Get hints of this and that every now and then. Like, oh, you sound kind of like Incubus, or you sound kind of like this, X, Y, Z. But it's not. You're exactly like that.
'Cause
at
I
all.
really don't listen to music. I don't at all, really.
Really?
Not too much. If I do, I'm listening to The Clash or Sex Pistols, something old, going back. And then, I'll write songs, because I wrote songs that come out like a country song, and I definitely don't listen to country. And I'm like, what the hell is this? But then again, I'm a believer in
Country fried rock, maybe.
Well, it's like the song's going to come out like it's meant to, and it just happens. So, I'm kind of a believer in the universe thing.
Well, country's evolved. It's more like they call it southern or eclectic, or it's got a little bit of a flavor of country and rock put together, because it's not like the old twangy, the original Hank Williams, who
Yeah.
they sang through their nose
It's
and
more
played
pop
banjos
rock.
and
I
all
mean, it
that.
really
Yeah.
is, with just to throw a fiddle on it.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you got Kansas, so
Southern
it's
accent.
the difference.
Knock it off! Don't even.
I like Kansas. Don't get me wrong, I like Kansas. So,
They're great. I mean, I always think of Darius Rucker because he's such a crossover guy, and he's got a great voice, and he's done everything, it seems like. And so,
not
when
only
they
crossover. Garth Brooks tried going from country to rock. You don't see a lot of that, but it seems like you can go rock to country. A lot
Right.
easier.
right.
I think it's more accepting because Garth Brooks tried that. What, Chris, whatever?
Yeah, what was his pseudo name or his
Chris Hines
pseudo or
something.
I don't remember what
Garth
it was.
Brooks is brilliant. I mean, you know,
He
Country's
is.
one of those
he's a
few
great performer.
genres I have trouble finding ones that I really like a lot of. There's a few
Yeah,
for
you
sure,
know,
but most of
I don't
them
need
like.
to hear about, you know, you broke my trailer lights and stole my dog. And,
And if you play it backwards, you get it all back.
Right.
she broke my heart, so I broke the brake lights on her trailer. I gave her my heart, she gave me the crabs.
Oh, wow, really?
Shaved.
Why'd it have to be her? Why'd it have to be her? Huh?
There's nowhere to live.
But he's got that whole. I mean, there's some good ones that, like Brad Paisley's another one, and what's his name? Nicole Kidman's husband. That guy who plays guitar. They're phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
they
he's
rock,
really
you
a
know.
nice guy. He's super nice.
Yeah, but they rock, you know, and they brought a big difference to it. But I think if they came out with a rock song, it wouldn't fly. It wouldn't be played on the rock. But if they started out rock, they could easily go country, I think. And that's, I don't know why that is.
But the country has a huge, huge following. And all the shows I've done, the country shows have usually been the biggest and the brightest. I mean, as far as lights and video and all that kind of thing. And they have a huge freaking draw. I've never seen anything like it. But the more classic rock, like one of my most favorite shows to do is ZZ Top. It's still, I mean, now, of course, you know, we just lost one, but I mean, we just lost Dusty. But still, those three guys were still doing ZZ Top. Not a lot of frills, not a lot of lights, not a lot of backdrop and all that kind of stuff that you have to deal with, but they still have a huge following just because they're classic rock and it's stuff that we grew up on.
You know, I watched a thing, and it was Billy Gibbons talking, and believe it or not, a lot of the stuff on, what was it, Eliminator, he got his inspiration from bands like Depeche Mode.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, things like that, and it was like, oh, really? That's kind of different thing. You have the sampler or not the sampler? I can't think of it.
Demo?
No, it was.
What are you trying to think of?
We had that under beat, you know, the dun, dun, dun. It was all. He pulled some techno
Okay.
stuff into it. And he turned out to be a big fan of that. And I was going, I would have never guessed that. You know.
Oh yeah, he's. If you ever sit down and talk to him, he's just amazing. He's an amazing man. He's very down to earth, very, very cool. Just a regular guy, and you wouldn't believe that. Yeah, like you said, the inspirations that he has, and he hears everything. He hears everything, and then he turns it around and he makes it. You
His
know,
own,
puts
yeah.
their flavor on it, and it's a ZZ Top song.
Because you had bands, guys like that were in the blues back. This is going back to the '80s, but Charlie Sexton was one, and he had that his song "Be So Lonely," great pop song, but he hated it because it wasn't what he wanted to do, and that was
Right.
something album he put out. And he just went back to traditional blues, you know, and that's what I like to see. It's just I don't. We work pretty well together as far as writing goes, you know. So come up with lyrics and or come up with an idea and we put it down and then start playing it. And we'll go, well, I'll go no. And we kind of go.
We're not doing that.
But it's just like,
Not yet.
It's
Not yet.
It's just like, you know,
Not
they come
today.
out and the style works so well because it just does. I don't know who influenced it. I can't say. You know, if I write, I'm pretty simple. I'm not that complicated. But,
Keep it simple.
yeah, try.
There's an original artist, Jeremiah Johnson, who started out as a rock guy, and he had a band called Nexrad, which is X-Rayed spelled backwards. And they opened for bands like Blind Melon and some of the bigger venues. I mean, he was talking about he's been on the show, but I've known him for a long time, and he decided he wanted to get back to his blues roots, and he did. And this is one of the hardest working musicians I know. He plays every venue. He's been a staple around Soulard forever. And right now he's in Europe, touring, doing his thing. But his original music, he's been in the top Billboard for I don't know how many times. With every CD he puts out, it's gold. I mean, he's great. But he's still a regular guy. But he says, yeah, I went back to my roots. That's what I like. And he is a blues rock kind of thing. I mean, along the lines of Marshall Tucker, but it's still got his flavor on it. So, but his music is friggin' awesome. His
We
songs
were
are
joking
great.
around. It's like stay true to you, I guess. And we were talking around because you know I have some slow stuff, and he's like, dude, I don't want to be Air Supply. And I was like, being, but Air Supply didn't start out going, hey, let's be, you know, it's like, and
Right.
I've met those guys a few times, and they're actually a rock. They love rock, you know, they love rocking out, but it just turns out that that's what happened, and what chords got picked up. But it's like I can't write like, you know, even if we wanted to do rah rah, I can't write like that. That's not me. You know, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But I think for musicians out there, the hardest thing is believing in yourself and staying true to what you do.
And it depends on where you grew up. Like, you know, back in the day when musicians all played their own music, and it was kind of dog eat dog. But I mean, if you got heard by the right person, they're signing you,
Yeah.
and it was a whole big deal. And then '80s blew up with MTV, and then there's the video age and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, these guys all played everything, and they did it. And then whatever hit the airwaves or hit the video scene, which was selling, then they were influenced by their managers and the record companies and everybody else, so they had to go that route to stay on top. Right. Sometimes it wasn't up to them because that's where the money was, and that's what you know everybody liked.
Like musicians nowadays that want to go do a different kind of genre. Because I signed up for a course at Slick for music technology, and I was talking to one of the professors who had a lecture. It's like, well, if a musician wants to do this, I said, they wouldn't be allowed.
Right.
If you're $1 million seller, they're not going to go, oh yeah, sure, you can try that. No, they're going to keep you where you are. So you don't have, very few musicians have that pull, and it usually doesn't work out well, you know. But it's like, and they get that way because they were torn off what they originally started out as.
And then a lot of the music it's evolved to the point where not all musicians are playing their own stuff. It's computerized. I call it noise if it's computerized because it's not them playing, and I don't want to hear that noise. It's just the same thing for 20 minutes. It's the same, you know, rip or what.
Not a fan of
There's
EDM.
basically three songwriters. There's one from Sweden, one from Linda Perry, and another guy in America. They pretty much write. If you take the top 40, they've written 20 of those songs that are on there for these other performers. So it's very rare to have bands that write or play their own stuff, and that's going back to days like the Wrecking Crew, Beach Boys, and all the '60s albums. That none of those guys played on their own albums back then.
Right.
The same core group, and it's the same people now that are just writing songs because they have the end.
Right.
And watch the Grammys or the Billboard American Music Awards. Why? It's the same bands on there every year because there's nothing. They're not promoting anything new. They're not bringing anything new up.
Well, American Greed, their song got picked up, nominated for a Grammy.
did?
Yeah, they're a local band.
How many you got though out of the whole genre of big things?
It doesn't matter. It's somebody from St. Louis
Yeah, I mean,
who got
that's
picked
a
up,
great-
which
that's
is
a-
killer.
but-
Do you know the band American Greed?
Yeah, but that's a great thing. But
Yes.
it's about time it started to change because normally it's like
Right.
the same acts, you know.
Right.
You know.
And you know by the end of the night who's going to win by, you
Gwen
know.
Stefani again for the fifth time, the fifth category. You know,
Right,
it's like
right.
Jesus Christ, you know, come on. And it's good bands can do that. Get out there and play.
Definitely, for sure.
Get news.
So you guys need to keep writing and get that Grammy next time, see? Or at least get nominated, you know. To me, that's quite an honor.
It is.
For
That would
sure.
be kind of weird. But,
Just having fun doing what we're doing. We'll see where it goes.
yeah. So
That's
doing-
good, even without your rah.
Music fade and all that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's hear one more, and then we're going to get out of here. So what do you want it to be?
I don't
Should I
even
pull
know.
something up?
Pull something up. Need your phone?
I don't even know.
Looks like you got a message.
Tell them I said hi.
Episode, no, it's on Tweezy's phone. Episode 81, mycitymymusic.com, STL Roar, September Lost with Eric John Very and Mr. Daniel Walter. And we're going to go out with one of their, you going to do an original?
Yeah, I'm doing Broken.
Broken.
So I originally did it, and then it's kind of making it his.
So this is one of your songs?
Well, it's ours now, but yeah.
And it's about what got broken? Your heart?
Everything.
Oh.
My phone's playing music for some reason. Do one more, please.
Keep going, we're stalling for time. So next week I've got Scott and Michelle Smith. Week after that I've got Hideous Gentleman, and then the Retro Nerds, and believe it or not I got Frankie Muriel coming in.
Promise me the sun will rise again. Lie to me, say we'll never end. Let it be, I'll never understand. How could I see? Ask again, I know the truth you do not tell. It doesn't matter, let it go. I can't forget you in the end. And still I miss the times with you and me. But your lies, they don't add up, 'cause 1 + 1 is never 3. I never realized, I should have known, I did not see. Now I'm left broken here alone, without you, without me. So here we are, I cannot yell, my voice is gone, my will has vanished, left inside me no emotion for so long, and still I try. I'm broken, empty, haunting memories of that song. You're broken like me, lonely like me, it doesn't matter if you're gone, still I miss the times with you and me. Your lies, they don't add up, 'cause 1 + 1 is never 3. I never realized, I should have known, I did not see. Now I'm left broken here alone, without you, without me. This love's goodbye, I see just what my life's become. So many years and a broken, shattered man. There's no more left to be done. Still I miss the times with you and me. Your lies, they don't add up, 'cause 1 + 1 is never 3. I never realized, I should have known, I did not see. Now I'm left broken here alone, without you, without me. Now I'm left broken here alone, without you, without me. Now I'm left broken here alone, without you, without me.
Woo! That was awesome. That was awesome. Episode 81, STL Roar, mycitymymusic.com. Thank you,
Thank you.
Eric
Thank you.
and Daniel.
Thanks for having us.
September Lost. Thank you, Tweezy. We'll see you next week. I got Michelle Smith in the studio, and I got to give a shout out to my girl Jilly. So,
Hi, Jelly.
hi Jelly. We are out of here.